take out a piece of paper, and at the very top of your paper, I want you to write sums of, and then dot, 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 probability. Sums of, and then probability as your title. Okay, so here's the question. We're looking at the probability, and to find the probability of the sum of something is very special. We can't treat it like we do our normal probability questions. So these are like your special problems. If you remember, there was a certain part on Excel I told you to stop at 80%, because if you went beyond that, the questions got a little crazy. These are those crazy questions that you don't know how to solve yet. So let me give you an example. If I have two number cubes, okay, two number cubes, if I have two number cubes and I am trying to roll these cubes, so if I roll one cube and roll another cube, and I add these together, what would I get? Okay, here's my question. What is the probability of rolling two number cubes to get a sum of 4? That means how many times can I roll this first cube, roll this second cube, and add the numbers together and get 4? I don't know. I can't tell you that. I mean, I can sit here and keep tapping and see how many times I get 4. That would take me forever, though, wouldn't it? Okay? So there has to be a way to figure out how many times I can roll two cubes, add up, and get 4. Or how many times can I roll two cubes, add up, and get 3? Or how many times can I roll two cubes and add up and get 6? There has to be a way to do that. So, the way we do it is by using a chart. What I want you to do on your paper is I want you to take your pencil and draw a line down and a line across like you see on the screen. Okay? Now, over here underneath your title, I want you to write probability and put sum of 4. Our number cubes are going to be numbered 1 through 6 and 1 through 6. So we have two cubes that are numbered 1 through 6 and 1 through 6. And we're trying to find out how many times we can get a sum of 4. So to do this, we have to first of all, on this top line, write down the numbers 1 through 6. So we're going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Down the other side, we're going to write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stretch mine down some more here. And 6. And we're adding, right? So right here in the corner, we're going to put a plus sign to remind ourselves that we're adding. So we're looking for the sums of 4. That means as we work, we're looking to see how many times we get a 4 in here. You ready? Okay. So if I roll a 1 on the first cube and I roll a 1 on the second cube and I add those together, what do I get? A 2. If I roll a 2 on the first cube and a 1 on the second cube and I add those together, what do I get? 3. If I roll a 3 on the first cube and a 1 on the first cube, I get a 4. Bingo, we're looking for 4s. Let's go ahead and circle it. If I roll a 4 on the first cube and a 1 on the second cube, I get a 5. If I roll a 5 on the first cube and a 1 on the second cube, I get a... If I roll a 6 on the first cube and a 1 on the second cube, I get a 7. Okay, so far I've only gotten 1 4. Okay, next line. Let's go down. Next one. A 1 on the first cube, a 2 on the second cube, I get 3. 2 on the first cube, 2 on the second cube, I get a 4. Question. If I keep going, am I going to get any more 4s in this row right here? Huh? I'm not, am I? So there's no point in continuing to add on right here. Let's go ahead and circle that 4. We're done with that row. We want to work smarter. Okay, here we go. Next row. A 3 on the first cube, a 1 on the second cube, and I get 4. Am I going to get any more 4s if I keep adding? Nope, so we circle it. A 4 on the first cube, a 1 on the second cube, and I get 5. Am I going to get any 4s down here? Nope, no reason to keep going. What about if I go down here? 5 and 1. Am I going to get any 4s down here? Nope. 6 and 1. Any 4s down here? So I'm done. There's no reason for me to continue filling in this chart. I can't get any more 4s. How many 4s did I get? 3. So I got 3. Out of. Now here's the question. You have to use the fundamental counting principle here to figure out this bottom number. There's one way to do it. Actually, there's 2 ways to figure out this bottom number. The first way is to go ahead and fill in this entire chart and then count all the numbers in here. That would be your bottom number. We don't want to do that because it takes too long. The second way is to use your fundamental counting principle. Basically, there were 6 outcomes, right, on this first die because there's 6 numbers. And there's 6 on the second die because there's 6 numbers. And 6 times 6 is 36. Okay? And that reduces to, okay, so we get 3 out of 36. And that can be reduced by what?
3.
Huh?
3.
By 3, right? So if we divide top and bottom by 3, we get 1 out of 12. Is this likely to happen? 1 out of 12. Is there a good chance that you can roll 2 cubes and get 4s? No. That's a very small chance. What do you think? Okay, so far? Okay, let's do another one. Okay, next one. Probability. Let's do sum of 7 this time. Our number cubes are 1 through 6 and 1 through 8. So we have a 6-sided cube and an 8-sided cube. Okay, we have to draw a chart. Now, it doesn't matter if you put the 1 through 6 on top or if you put it on the side. You can do it either way you want to. I'm going to do my 1 through 8 on top, so I don't have to scroll down so far. Then I'm going to do my 1 through 6 over here. Okay, we're doing a sum, so we're adding again. Okay, we ready to start? What's our golden number that we're looking for? 7s, right? Okay, let's start. 1 and 1 gives us, 2 and 1 gives us, 3 and 1 gives us, 4 and 1 gives us, 5 and 1, 6 and 1. Do I need to keep going? Okay, so let's circle that 7. Because 7 and 1 gives us 8, and 8 and 1 gives us 9. There's no reason to keep going once you hit that 7. Okay, next. 2 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 2, 4 and 2, 5 and 2. Can we stop? Yes. Next, 3 and 1, 3 and 2, 3 and 3, 4 and 3. Can we stop? Okay, next row, 4 and 1, 4 and 2, 4 and 3. Can we stop? Okay, 5 and 1, 5 and 2. Can we stop? 6 and 1. Can I stop? Okay, there's all your sevens. How many? We got 6. Okay, 6 out of what? How many outcomes are here in the first cube? Times 8, which is, so we get 6 out of 48. Now, can I reduce that?
Yes.
By what?
6.
And we get 1 out of, is there a chance of this happening? No. It's a very small chance. 1 out of 8 chance. Are we good so far? Any questions? No questions? Okay. Okay. At this time, you should have the sheet that has the spinners on it. Does everybody have that paper? Okay. This sheet shows you that sometimes you're going to see 2 spinners instead of 2 cubes. And it still works the same way with spinners. Okay? Our first 2 spinners that we have are numbered 1 through 8 and numbered 1 through 4. And the question says, what is the probability of spinning both spinners to get a sum greater than 3? What does that mean, greater than 3?
More than 3.
So what numbers will we be looking for in the chart? 4, 5, 6, 7, and so forth. Okay, good. All right, so let's go ahead on our notebook paper where we've been working, and let's go ahead and make a chart. Let's get that set up. Okay, the first spinner has 1 through 8, correct? Okay, so we're going to put 1 through 8 on our top line. Okay, the second spinner has numbers what? So we're going to put that down the side. And we're looking for the what? Greater than 3, right? And we're adding, so we put an addition symbol there. Okay, let's start adding up. 1 and 1. 2 and 1. 3 and 1. 4 and 1. 5 and 1. 6 and 1. 7 and 1. 8 and 1. Okay, so we're looking for numbers that are greater than 3. So we're going to circle those. I'm going to highlight them actually. Anything bigger than 3. Okay, are we there? We have that done. Okay, next row. 2 and 1. 2 and 2. 3 and 2. 4 and 2. 5 and 2. 6 and 2. 7 and 2. 8 and 2. Okay, we're going to highlight any number that's greater than 3. Or circle it. Okay, next row. 3 and 1. 3 and 2. 3 and 3. 4 and 3. Then we get 8, 9, 10, 11. So we highlight numbers greater than 3. Okay, next, 4. 4 and 1.
5.
Then we get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we highlight again numbers greater than 3. That would be all of these. Okay. How many numbers were greater than 3? Did you get 29? Okay, 29 out of what? This is where we have to use our fundamental counting principle. How many outcomes on this first spinner? 4 times. How many outcomes on this second spinner? 8. 4 times 8 is? So 29 out of 32. Is this likely to happen? Yes, a lot, right? Almost 100%. Okay, good. Okay, let's go to the number 2 question on your paper. Number 2. Now put the answer on your worksheet. Okay, number 2, you have 2 spinners numbered 1 through 4, 1 through 4. It wants to know the probability of a sum less than 7. So what numbers are we talking about then? There we go. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Okay. Alright, so we're going to draw our chart. On the first line, we're going to put what numbers? 1 through 4. The second one, 1 through 4. Alright, and we're adding. Okay, so let's go. 1 and 1 gives us 2 and 1, 3 and 1, 4 and 1. Okay, so we're looking for numbers less than, do all those qualify? Yep. Okay, next. 3, 4, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so now I need to highlight anything smaller than 7. Okay, how many are less than 7? 13 out of what? Because we do 4 outcomes here times 4 outcomes here gives us 16 for the bottom. And remember, I told you how you can count to find that bottom number too. So if you count, that would be 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 outcomes. That's 16 comes from there too, if you count everything. All right, let's go to the third question on your sheet. Go ahead and get your chart set up. Okay, for number 3, this one looks a little different. Our first spinner looks normal, but this second spinner looks a little odd. Okay, let's go ahead and build our chart. Well, if I can get a straight line going here, that would be nice. Okay, let's go ahead and do our first numbers on this top row here. So 1 through 8. Okay, the second one we have 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. And we're going to write exactly that on the second line. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Okay. We're looking for the sum again. And what are we looking for this time? A sum of... Looking for sum of 6. So we're looking for 6s this time. Okay, here we go. 1 and 1. 2 and 1. 3 and 1. 4 and 1. 5 and 1. Can I stop? I love the kind where you can stop. Okay, next one. 1 and 1. Nope, 1 and 1. 2 and 1. 3 and 1. 4 and 1. And 5 and 1. So we get the same row twice. Okay, next, 2 and 1. 2 and 2. 3 and 2. 4 and 2. Can I stop? Okay, next, 3 and 1. 3 and 2. 3 and 3. Can I stop? 3 and 1. 3 and 2. 3 and 3. Can I stop? 4 and 1. 4 and 2. Can I stop? Okay, how many 6s did we get?
6.
Bottom number now. How many outcomes here? 8. So we get 8 times. How many outcomes here? Don't say 4. How many outcomes are here? 6. Because there's 6 spots. So what's the bottom number? 48. Can I reduce that? We get 1 over 8. Any questions? Okay. The next sheet I'm going to give you, I don't think there's anything on the back of yours. The next sheet I'm going to give you are straight word problems. Okay? You're going to solve these word problems on your notebook paper, drawing your charts, and we'll go over those in just a minute. So you need to get the sheet. Okay, at this time, you should be pretty much finished with this sheet. So now that you are finished answering all of your questions, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own, we're now going to go over these questions and see if you are correct. So let's start with number 4. Number 4, it wants a sum of 9. And here's my chart that I got on the screen. How many 9s did you get? 8 out of what total?
8 out of 64.
8 out of 64, and that reduces to, which reduces to 1/8 for your final answer there. Good. All right, number 5, the next one. What is the probability of rolling 2 6-sided number cubes 1 through 6 to get a sum of 4? How many 4s did you get?
5.
3. There's 5, 6.
No, we're looking for 4s. So 1, 2, 3. You can't count this. That was what you set the problem up with. You can't count those. So 3 out of 36, which reduces to 1/12. Okay. All right, number 6. We're looking for greater than 2. My chart's on the screen. What did you get? 47 out of 48. Yes, good job. Almost all of them. Yep. Okay, number 7. I used the same chart from number 4. Okay, instead of me having to recreate the chart, I used the same chart I used for number 4. So just ignore those 9s that I highlighted, because that's the same chart from number 4. Okay? All right, so here, we're looking for a sum of 5. How many 5s did you get?
4.
I got 4. I did not mean to highlight these 2. Those 2 are in my problem. Okay, so how many 5s?
4.
4 5s. So 4 out of
4.
64, which reduces to, we get 1 over 16. Do you see how I had this 5 highlighted and that 5 highlighted? You can't use the 2 5s that you used to set up the problem. So don't make that mistake. All right, number 8, the final one. All right, so we're looking for sums greater than 10. How many did you get? How many were bigger than 10? 36 over 80, which reduces to 9 over 20. Yep, 9 over 20 there. Good. Any questions? Okay, this sums up. This goes in the probability section of your notebook. Good job.